welcome you to another exciting episode of Pens in Use. This week I don't have too many changes, but I'm about to because a lot of these pens are close to empty. This coming week I'm going to be, tomorrow, I'm going to be filming my behind the scenes video so you can see how this new set works. It's going to be looking its best. What you don't see is off the camera over there is a bed, because this is sort of a guest bedroom. Unofficial. So if you're in zoning board, please don't come look. It's really not a bedroom. I just call it one when people visit. All right, so my pens in use this week. From left to right, I have a Sailor 1911. I have my mysterious Cora from the Netherlands. I have my Senator, also mysterious because I don't know its model number. Another Senator, mysterious because I don't know its model. Sheaffer Taranis. Lingmo Lorelei pen. Platinum 3776 with the Shungyo finish. And then, of course, my Platinum President, which is my little buddy. Big buddy. Also, I weakened this week. I said I wasn't going to buy any more pens. So this fella, I saw it on eBay, and I just like, whoa. So let me open it up and show you this before I do any writing. So this is a Senator mit Echter Goldfeder 585. I don't know if one of those might not be the model number, but it's a pen and pencil set. Or sorry, a pen and ballpoint set. The ballpoint, clicky, unclicky. And then the fountain pen kind of looks a lot like this fountain pen. In fact, when I open it up, you'll see some more similarities. What's kind of odd, though, see this gold cap here? And I can't find a piston turning knob. I wonder why. Well, it's because this pen's a little more interesting. It is not inked up. That's in my plans. I just have not. Oh, also looking quite similar. This has the same ink window. You just can't see it. Huh. And then I looked a little deeper. How do you fill this thing? And this is why I weakened and bought it. Well, if there's no piston turning knob, there's probably a blind cap somewhere. Yeah, that whole back end is a blind cap. I couldn't resist that. That was so unique. I've never seen that on any other pen. And there, of course, is the piston turning rod. So this is a thin metal but very large blind cap. So, I know, and I've been pretty good. I haven't bought a new pen since, August? But, dang, I just couldn't resist that. That was unique. And it's a Senator. I expect it'll write pretty well. I'm curious if it originally looked like this or if it looked a little better. But, so expect to see that probably not next week, but in an upcoming Pens in Use. Before I do my writing sample, I will confess to a little curiosity how this shirt looks on the green screen. It has, now that I'm filming this, I realized I have kind of olive green blocks in this plaid, so we'll see. Be a surprise to me, too. All right, so this week is not October the 6th. So we'll start out with the Cora. Let's zoom in a little bit. Maybe move this guy over. So, Cora, of course, is that Danish pen I have mentioned a lot of times. Again, I am open to help identifying it. So today is October 13th. See, it even has a nice nib. 2017. So Cora, it is a pen from the Netherlands in the 1950s. The ink in it is Robert Oster. Honestly, I'm really close to just reviewing it without the information. I like the history, but sometimes just got to move on. There's a neat little detail, if I can get the camera to focus on it. Nice name carved in it. Okay, this next pen, a Sailor with a zoom nib, Sailor 1911. It's the smaller one. I recently filmed a review on this, and seeing it pop up, I was inspired to try again. Or I'm sorry, to write with it again. So this is Sailor Jentle. I like it. It's a neat nib. Somebody asked in the comments if this is what I would consider an EDC pen. Honestly, I corrected a bunch of tests on not so good paper with this pen and ink. It went pretty well. If you hold it more upright like this, you can get pretty thin lines. If you hold it more downward, you can get some pretty thick lines. So, if you want that kind of flexibility in a daily writer, it is comfortable. I think last week I compared it to the Platinum 3776. So, very nice pen. And I just like that robin's egg blue finish. It's almost empty, if that is a sign. This is my Mysterious Senator, another one I can't find information about. But now it's getting all inky from being inked too long. So I may run it dry and refill it before I review this one. That's a comment I'll be making when I do the review. The ink is one of my new likes. I'd never really had much time for Pilot Blue Black before, but dang, I like it in this pen. And in all the others I've tried it. It's an attractive blue-black. All right, the other Senator, of course, was a gift from a pen pal. It's a slightly older model Senator. This one isn't nearly so empty, although it is getting down. The ink in it is discontinued. It's Montegrappa. Bordeaux. By Lorelei Lingmo. I'm sorry, Lingmo Lorelei. I got in trouble for saying that backwards. This one's almost empty as well. This is full of Diamine, or Diamine. I was corrected on that pronunciation. Diamine with an N. Sargasso C. Also almost empty. Sheaffer Taranis. Kind of neat looking nib. This is only its first fill with me. So it's not due for a review anytime soon. I like to do at least 2 fills. And it's just regular Pelikan 4001 Brilliant Green. Which I think looks decent on this paper. Overall, not one of my favorite greens, but decent. My Platinum 3776. Now, I've reviewed the model before. I have not reviewed one that has this specific nib, and I do think that's an important distinction. So I will be reviewing this down the road. I probably could now. This is the double broad nib, which Platinum calls a C. The ink in it is Sailor Jentle Grenade. This combination is very wet. And finally, I just inked this up after a hiatus, my Platinum President. And I inked it with an ink I haven't used in a while. I noticed the bottle's almost empty, so I've used it a lot in the past. So the Platinum President, mine had a broad nib, but I had it ground. Oops, you can't see any of that. So mine I had ground down to a cursive italic. And I'm just loving that. The ink is Noodler's. Apache Sunset. Which is supposed to be a good shading ink if you don't mind that color. And I'm ambivalent about it. I mean, it's orange. So those are the pens I have in use. I have one more review that I filmed back in August. It'll be, depending on if I decide to bump it off by giving you a preview of the new set, or I may just run the review and do the preview of the new set the week after, and then start in on the new set filming. So likely candidates for review, let's see here. This beautiful Platinum President, this Platinum 3776 with the C nib. Let's see, who else here haven't I reviewed? I may do the Cora and the Senators, even though I don't know anything about them. And I have a couple of cheap pens, which have just been drifting around that I have not inked up. About time I do that. And as some of you pointed out, I did a review of the Delight New Moon this week. With some manufacturers, your mileage may vary. They just may not be as consistent as other manufacturers. And I got a good one with that Delight New Moon, but I am hearing from a lot of people that it's scratchy or doesn't write or whatever. So that's always a danger whenever you buy a pen from some of these manufacturers that aren't consistent. I will also soon be inking this up. I would like to try it myself off screen before it gets into a review. So yeah, that's what's in use. I hope that was interesting, and I hope I got something out of it. And yeah, my parents are coming here next week. They will arrive Wednesday night and stay through Sunday, leaving Monday. What I'm probably going to do is I'll film my pens in use early that week. I'll film it Tuesday. It'll still upload on Friday. And I have a pen video. It's either going to be the Lamy Dialogue or a tour of the new set. And yeah. And then I get to tear all this down so that this can become a bedroom for a few days. And then hopefully I can keep them entertained. So I thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.